Hey there, I'm David G, and today we'll be looking at the best way to book flights. You have the choice of booking your flights directly with the airline or on a number of other third-party websites. But after booking and flying thousands of flights myself, I've had the chance to test out both of these ways of booking flights extensively. And I've learned that overall, one of these options is better than the other. But to find and book the cheapest flights, it's essential to have multiple tools at your disposal. And even though there's an overall best way to book flights, it does not mean that all other ways of searching for and booking flights are bad. I recommend to always aim to book directly with the airline. But that does not mean that 100% of the time the best way to book flights is directly with the airline for everybody. Sometimes third-party websites can offer significantly cheaper prices. And third-party websites often have functions that are extremely useful to search for the best flight deals. So when you find an amazing deal somewhere online and it can't be booked directly with the airline for around the same price, booking with a third-party website could possibly be worth it. But I definitely would avoid going to any single website, airline or third party, and booking without doing a full flight search. And doing a full flight search means using all of the flight search tools at your disposal. While in this video we're only addressing the best way to book your flights, I do have a ton of other videos that will help you build up your flight search vocabulary. And whenever you consider booking with a third-party website, it's best to take into account the increased potential for issues with your flight booking. Additionally, not all third-party websites are the same, and it's wise to look at reviews of any third-party travel website before booking anything with them. And some third-party websites aren't just useful for flights. There are third-party websites that have great rental car and hotel search systems too. But one thing that the third-party websites basically all have in common is that your payment will go to them first. And in turn, they'll pay the airline to issue your ticket. If we're talking about a plane ticket that costs $500 everywhere else and then $50 on some random third-party website, it may be worth a shot booking with that third-party website. But since you're not purchasing directly from the airline, the process of getting your ticket issued could take much longer. And occasionally booking this way could lead to problems getting a ticket issued at all. For the average traveler without too much time to spend on managing flight reservations, the rare case of finding significantly cheaper flights on a third-party website might not even be worth considering. I mean, I'm looking at travel itineraries all the time, and I still find having to deal with more than just searching and booking to take up more time than I'd like. I even recently booked some flights on a third-party website that couldn't be booked together on any other website for the same low price. And sure enough, after booking, the airline changed the schedule on one of the flights in my itinerary. If I'd booked directly with the airline, I would have been able to easily change multiple flights as needed. But since I booked via third party, what could have been a 15-minute ordeal turned into spending a few weeks back and forth between the airline and the third party website trying to coordinate the flight changes that I needed. In the end, I was able to change to the flights that I wanted. And if I hadn't booked on a third party website, I wouldn't have been able to take advantage of the super cheap deal that I found. But the amount of time involved in dealing with that schedule change was way more than it should have been. So I can only imagine that the amount of hassle that might come with booking a flight anywhere other than directly with the airline isn't something that most of you all will want to deal with. But I still want to be as fair as possible here, and most of the times that I've booked with a third-party website, I've had zero issues. But most of the flights that I booked via a third-party website were super cheap and the risk was small. And had there been an issue with my flights, I always tried to have a backup option for my travel plans. Plus, I was just lucky that there were no schedule changes or cancellations to deal with most of the time. I also always book flights with a credit card that makes it easy to dispute transactions in the case that a third-party website isn't providing the service that was agreed to. And I 100% would not book flights on a third-party website without having that level of security. So finding the best place to book your flights is pretty straightforward, and in my experience, it's almost always going to be directly on the airline's own website. But searching for flights is another story, and there are some key strategies to finding the best deals to book directly with the airline. You can learn about them right now and get a step ahead in finding the best possible prices on flights. Thanks so much for tuning into this video, and make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Pleasant journeys!